Okay. Ongoing sump pump replacement. I mean, I did put this guy down in the original pit. The problem is the pit that the old one was in isn't very deep and has migrated up as well. So I can't find the right length to get this float valve to where it will turn on before the crawl space is really flooded. Now the crawl space down there's not a lot of room, and my only access point is a 2x2 concrete block standard cutout. So there's all kinds of nice kits and stuff that they have to put these pump pits, so to speak, under the house, in the basement, etc. Well, I can't get it in the door, the access hole. So we're going to take this old barrel here, and I've cut the bottom off. And this particular barrel is a little larger than what I'd like, but I'm going to make it just a little bit larger than the original hole, and kind of slide it down in there as I dig out. That should help kind of create a bit of a dam, so that I can get some of the mud out until I have the hole about the size I want it, and then we'll do what we need to do. So I've cut the bottom off, like I said, and I will cut the bottom to the correct size and wire it back on. It should last for years that way. Bury the thing and be done with it. So I'm just trimming out what I don't need so that I can make this guy the right diameter. There we go. I can't really see that, but you know. So, and again, I'll just drill some holes. This is thick enough. Drill some holes and use some old coat hanger and just kind of sew it back together. It'll be all right. Once all of the gravel is impacted around it, it'll hold its shape. Hopefully for another 15-20 years, which is about the lifespan of the old pump. We shall see. But anyway, once we get this cut to size, I can go ahead and turn it into Swiss cheese, so that water will obviously permeate through it. We'll slide it under the house, and then comes the fun part, digging out wet, muddy clay on your hands and knees. That's the fun part. I'll try to get a couple pictures down there. I don't want to ruin my phone. Good way to waterproof your phone, especially if you're out and about. You know, I like to do Pokemon Go, and sometimes it rains, so bring a nice freezer bag, slide it in there, suck out all the air, close it up, and it still operates the touch screen just fine. So cheap waterproofing for outdoors, but when you're dealing with the camera, it doesn't take very good pictures through the cellophane, or whatever this stuff is made out of. High molecular density plastic of some kind. Anywho, it would help if it wasn't storming today, but at least it's not 18 degrees. We'll keep you up to date. Sure, we could just randomly Swiss cheese it, but here's a piece of scrap wood. Gonna make a quick jig. We'll lay the jig on the pipe and roll around it, and my Swiss cheese will be nice and neat and not all weird, because, you know, ADD and all that stuff. Alrighty, one bucket full of holes. Now we just gotta do all the messy stuff. Alright, let's see what we can capture here from just the crawl space. Hole. Over there's the sump pump. If you can see the water line on that brick there, it's about 4 or 5 inches above the flow pipe. So it will flood this whole quarter with, you know, 4 or 5 inches of water before the valve will or I'm sorry, before the float valve will, or float switch will kick in. And no matter what length of wire I move it to, it's just, I can't get it. The pit is just not deep enough. I'm going to try to get closer without destroying Mr. Cell Phone here. Let's see. Alright. There we go. There we go. There. So we're going to dig this guy out, replace it. I tripped it a few maybe half hour ago to get out some of the water. We're going to get it to go down again, dig out all this, and hopefully get this done today before the real flood happens, because it's going to be raining, oh, I don't know, another 39 days. Okay, let's see if we can't see anything back there. There we go. So, pump is in there. I can't see very well because I got mud everywhere. It's sitting over there in the corner. We're pretty good, I think. Yeah, you can't see squat. But anyway, very high mud, or clay content means, well, it makes a mess. But we got to do a little bit more grading of the area. Whoever did this initially didn't really grade under the house very well. It's all very, the water just kind of sits on top of it in pools. But I filled in the low spots and moved a couple high spots, but clay is very soupy and messy, and it's going to have to settle for a while. We'll come back down here in the dry season and have a good look at what's going on. Here's the old pit. I'll call it that. Got a good mess. Yeah, got a real good mess. Okay.